Today we're going to be making chicken parmesan. It's real easy to make and it will be done in no time at all. So stress not. For those of you who haven't got a lot of time during the week, this recipe is right up your alley. Okay, today we're going to take a little lesson from Clemenza on how to make some spaghetti sauce. Do you remember that scene from The Godfather where he's teaching Michael how to do it?
You start out with a little bit of oil, and you fry some garlic. Then you throw in some tomatoes, some tomato paste, you fry it, you make sure it doesn't stick, and a little bit of wine, and a little bit of sugar, and that's my trick.
All right, there we go. We're going to start with a little bit of olive oil. But now, here comes the important part. You got to put in your garlic, you got to put in your onions. After we put in the onions and the garlic, we're going to saute it a little bit just to get the aromatics to release. So when we start smelling that wonderful flavor, then we're going to go ahead and pour in the jar sauce. I wish you could smell it. The whole kitchen smells like garlic. It's wonderful. From the movie, he used wine in his recipe. I'm going to pour in a little bit of wine here, and it's going to serve two purposes. It's going to go ahead and clean out the jar, and it's going to add a little body to our sauce. Now, if you don't have wine, maybe you have a jar of balsamic vinegar. That's also an alternative. And yes, we are going to add sugar to this, just a little bit. And the reason we add sugar is it's going to take care of some of that acidity in the tomatoes, and it's going to balance out our taste just a little bit. So we're going to let this sit and simmer for just a little while. I'm going to come back and get the chicken ready. To prepare our chicken, we're going to do it in two steps. Yes, we are going to use a frying pan. We're going to heat it up in a little bit of olive oil. And to get it going, we're going to go ahead and bread it. Now, we've mixed up some flour already. That's going to be the first step. And yes, we're doing my favorite shake and bake kind of thing.
And I'll help.
So we're going to put the chicken in the bag. Notice I'm using all paper plates today because that's going to make cleanup a breeze. And that way you'll get dinner on the table and you won't be faced with so much to clean up. What does our flour have in it? We've got Italian seasoning, we've got a little basil, we've got some paprika, and I think we even have just a dash of chili powder and of course salt and pepper. And once this has got a real good coating, we're going to go ahead and dip it in the egg wash. From the egg wash, we're going to go into the breadcrumbs, and our breadcrumbs, I put in some fresh grated Parmesan cheese. That takes a little bit of extra time, but that's something I wanted to do. You can use the regular Kraft Parmesan cheese in the shaker bottle. The only reason I don't is because I don't like the cellulose or the wood pulp that comes with it. To use that to keep it from caking, and this way I know exactly what I'm eating. So that's just my personal peccadillo. I'm also using panko breadcrumbs and some Italian breadcrumbs for taste. You can use whatever you like for breading. You can choose to use cornflakes if you like, which gives it an excellent, wonderful taste. Or if you'd like to go with the keto route, you can try some crushed pork rinds and a little bit of Parmesan cheese, or you can even use almond flour. So there you have your choices. I'm going to stick with mine today. I was going to do the cornflake thing, but you know what? That would have taken a little bit more time. And I want to make this dinner in short order. I don't want to be spending all day in the kitchen today. Although it does take me longer to cook because I have to do the video, but that's another story. All right, in we go. Press it. Make sure you've got it pressed real good, so that way you get it coated really well. Don't be afraid to pull it and push it in with your fist. You want that coating to really be stuck on there. I'm using one chicken breast today, since it's only Jacqueline and I that are going to be eating tonight. And what I did is I filleted it. Some people say, no, don't you mean butterfly? No, butterfly is when you leave it together and you don't split it all the way. Fillet is when you cut it into two pieces, just for those of you that like to argue about nothing. Not that that ever happens on the internet, of course, right? No, never, never, never. I'd be interested to know what kind of breading you like to put on it. Let me know in the comments what you're going to put or what you're going to use. This one I happen to like. It's easy, it's simple. You put a little bit of cheese, you put a little bit of panko breadcrumbs, that gives you that extra crispiness, and you put the Italian breadcrumbs in there, that's for flavor. All right, now look at this. This has come out wonderful. And it's a shame that we don't have to do more because I made too much of this stuff and I'm gonna have to wind up chucking it. Don't keep it. Don't try and store it after you put the raw meat in there, because then you'll wind up with food safety issues. So yes, unfortunately, this has to get chucked, but it's not too much, so it's not like we're breaking the bank. Okay, we've got our frying pan heated up a little bit. Let's drop in some olive oil. Not too terribly much, just enough to kind of coat the pan, because we don't really want to make this deep fried chicken. Nice and coated, and it's time to lay in the chicken. Always remember, when you're putting chicken into hot oil or anything into a hot oil pan, do it away from you. That's for all you kiddies out there that haven't done much cooking. I'm gonna let this cook on each side for just a couple of minutes, so that way we can go ahead and get it set up. Now let's talk about your oven. I've got my oven set to 375 degrees, and that means that this dinner is going to take about 20 or 25 minutes to go ahead and finish up. You can cook it hotter. You can go as high as 425. Now, what's the difference? All right, 425 will get you a nice crispy crust on the outside if that's what you're looking for, and it'll cook quicker. Now, for 375, what it's going to do is it's going to take a little longer to cook, but it's going to leave the chicken a little tenderer and a lot juicier. So that's what I'm choosing to do tonight. You'll know your chicken is done when the internal temperature is 165 degrees. Okay, I'm not getting paid for this, but find yourself an instant read thermometer like this. They're very easy to use. You just open it up, you stick it into the middle of the meat, and it'll tell you what the temperature is. Got a nice color, a nice crust. I wish you could smell that sauce, because let me tell you, that has got some real nice body to it, and I can smell the aromatics, and I can even smell the wine. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to coat this to further kind of make sure that we don't have a problem cleaning this pan when we're done. I'm going to put a little bit of sauce. I don't want the chicken Parmesan to go ahead and stick to the bottom of the pan. I'm just going to line it, coat it with a little bit of the sauce. Now it's time to build our wonderful chicken Parmesan. I'm going to put a little bit of the sauce on there. I'm not wanting to cover the entire chicken. Okay, we don't want to drown it. We don't want to smother it. We can have a little extra on the side. But we want to have enough sauce left, because I'm going to be making pasta with this. All right, so now, what are we going to put on there? We're going to go ahead and put our mozzarella. Look at that. Don't be afraid of mozzarella. Don't be afraid of the mozzarella. It's already starting to melt, because our sauce is already wonderfully hot. We already have Parmesan in the bread crust. But this is chicken Parmesan, and you'll notice that with the shredding that I did, this is going to melt beautifully. If you want to take the time to do it, I recommend you do. If not, don't feel guilty. Just go ahead and open up that jar of Kraft and pour it in there. Now let's make it look a little pretty. I'm going to put just a little bit of dried basil on top, and that's just mostly for color and effect. I'm going to put this in the oven, and I'm going to check on it in 20 minutes to see if it's up to temperature. 20 minutes later, look what we took out of the oven. Doesn't that look delicious? And yes, I have checked the temperature. It's up to 170, which is beyond the 165 safety mark. That's where you want your chicken to be, at least 165 degrees, not too much more. And another key to making it tender, don't get into cutting it up right away. Let the meat rest and let the juices settle back into it. Give it about 10 minutes, and then it'll be ready to enjoy. I'll show you what it looks like when we plate it up. And there you have it. There it is on the plate. Salad looks good. We've got the pasta. I used rigatoni tonight, and we're going to go ahead and cut this. Take a bite. Hang on. I'm really looking forward to digging into this. Oh my goodness, look at that. That just looks so wonderful. Ready? Here we go. Oh yeah, this came out good. Absolutely. I don't want to talk with my mouth full, but I'm going to anyway, I guess. Listen, if you make this recipe, please let me know. I would really be interested to know how yours came out. And if you made any changes, by all means, leave a comment as to that too. As always, I want to thank you very much for watching the channel. Please give us a like if you like what you saw, and also don't forget to subscribe, because it helps the channel grow. And we're growing because of you. Thank you very much.